What is good, Pokemoshpitbeta? This is AnkleBreaker1023 with my first upload to this channel. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for letting me upload on this channel. This is an NU game I had against some guy named iEncridble, who I found on the small guy Wifi Battle Finder. Turned out to be a really good game. So looking at team preview for his side, he has all not fully evolved Pokemon, so they're probably all Violet used, except for maybe the Haunter, who could be choiced in some way, even have a Life Orb and try to set up substitutes and do shit like that. Or he might just be a Violet, who knows. So I lead off with my Armado. He leads off with his Monferno. So first turn, we both decide to get our Stealth Rocks up. Because if you see teams that you know they're going to be switching and switching, they're going to get the Rocks. They want to get the Rocks up. Also, I realized he had no Rapid Spinner, so I thought Rocks would be very important. So, switching to my Puff to take a physical type move because my Puff's a physical tank. He actually ends up going for Vacuum Wave, which is special. So he could be special or it could be mixed. I really don't know yet. So right now I predict to switch into something. So I go for the Yawn, catching the Haunter off guard. So he can keep the Haunter in if he wants him to fall asleep, or I'm pretty much forcing him to switch out unless he wants him to fall asleep. So he sends out his Dragonairs. I actually decide to switch right back into my Inca because I want to get those rocks away because I know I'm going to be switching a lot, and I need to get those Stealth Rocks the fuck out of there. So he starts setting up Dragon Dances, and I'm like, oh fuck, but I don't really think he can really hurt me that bad. I have a max HP, max attack Armado, so I really don't think that like Dragonairs, they don't have like the best attack stat, but like even though they do evolve in the Dragonite, but I'm pretty sure I'll be taking his hits very, very well. So I go for an X Scissor because I didn't want to go for Stone Edge because I didn't want to risk the Stone Edge missing because yeah, Stone Edge misses a lot, and he goes for Waterfall. And it doesn't really do. It does a good chunk, like a really good chunk, but I live it and I fucking flinch. So that's the first hack of the match, but it's okay because you know hacks and hacks, whatever. So switching out here to take the moves, I go into my Tangela, and I don't think he really can have anything to do me. And look at that. A +2 Waterfall does jack shit to my Tangela. So now we rest, and I see him being a rest Shedskin set. But this is actually my Tangela. This isn't my physically defensive Tangela. Like, Tangelas are just physically defensive just as naturally. So he can tank physical hits like a monster, but he's actually an offensively built Gengar. My Torkoal is actually a physically defensive. So right now I predict a switch, so I switch out and just switch right back into my Armado, which is pretty good for me because Armado's a boss. So right here he goes for Hidden Power. I'm guessing it might be Fire because it's hits me neutral. And I know a lot of Haunters and you like to carry HP Fire, but actually he doesn't kill me off because I told you I'm max HP. I'm able to kill him off with that Stone Edge thing guy didn't miss. So up early 6-5 and I'm really liking it. So he's up the Infernape and he goes for the Overheat, which is going to be enough to kill me off. So I see Overheat and Vacuum Wave, and I've seen mixed Infernapes in OU, so why not be mixed Monfernos and NU. So bring out my Rampardos, and I go for the Zen Headbutt to kill him off for taking a Vacuum Wave. I do have some special defense and defensive investment in him, so I know I can be taking decent hits, but not like that very, very well. So it brings in his Shelgon, and I go for a Zen Headbutt, and it does a pretty good chunk. It goes for the Toxic on my Rampardos, and I don't really like taking residuals, especially because I pack the Head Smash, not the Stone Edge, and other recoil damage comes to pack up. So I actually do have Heal Bell on my Miltank, so that doesn't really like threaten me. So I bring in my Drifloon now, and he goes for the substitute. I go for the Calm Mind. I'm like, fuck, you better not have Calm Mind and stop setting up on me. So he goes for a Shadow Ball, and this is a +1 defense on my part, and this just does a shit ton of damage. That is over half. All I'm able to do is break his soul with my Shadow Ball, and wow, I need to get the fuck out of here. So he realizes I have to switch, I realize I have to switch, and he makes the nice play and goes for the substitute. Really good play on his part. I know he probably is packing Focus Blast or HP Fighting, so I go into my Miltank because I know I can tank them very well. And I'm just going to break his sub up with a Seismic Toss, which is good for me. And yeah, so if he wants to keep summoning down, just keep breaking him with Seismic Toss right now. So he's probably not going to want to stay and do the shenanigans for a lot longer. So he's going to switch out into his Shelgon, which we fucking named Salamence, and he named all of his guys by their fully evolution names. It's really pissing me off. So doing 100 damage on that Salamence actually is really good for me. So he obviously knew he had more than 100 damage. I wasn't sure. Any of that's got to be like 4 damage. Like, that got to be like 4 HP. Like, wow. So he's able to get off a Wish and Protect, you know, whatever. So he's going to get out to about half health, basically. Yeah, so I actually wasn't paying attention when he went for Wish. I didn't know what he went for. But here I just go for a Toxic, which is what I should have done in the first place. And he's just going to go for Toxic on me, which I don't mind because my Miltank does have the Heal Bell, so I can just, next turn, just Heal Bell it off. And my Rampardos and my Miltank will be cured of poisoning. So he's going to switch out and go into his Conkeldurr. Well, not his Conkeldurr, his, what's that thing called? I don't even remember what his second evolution is called, but his mini Conkeldurr, and I'm going to go for the Heal Bell on the switch, and I'm going to get my Miltank to be unpoisoned and my Rampardos to be unpoisoned. So Now I'm going to bring out my Tangela, and he's going to go for the payback, and that's going to do jack shit. So now he's going to switch into his Dratini, and I knew he was going to switch out, and I didn't want to go for Leaf. I actually didn't. I wanted to just go for my stats, so I just go for Leaf Storm. It does, like, nothing that Dragonair, so I'm like, fuck, so I got to get Brush out of there. Go into my Rampardos as he just goes, and he is still sleeping. Actually, he gets a Shed Skin after this turn, but I'm still going to be faster than him because I am Choice Scarfed. I'm going to kill him with a Head Smash, and imagine taking a Head Smash from a Rampardos. Even on Adamant Bandage, just a Jolly Scarf, that's just pure fucking power. That must hurt a lot. So, I'm failing the Mach Punch, so I switch into my Puff because I'm physically defensive. He actually bulks up, which is a really nice play on his part. So, I'm just eating my lefties, and right now I just want to get a status on him, but I really don't want to get a status on him because I don't want to activate his Guts. So I actually just went for the Yawn, because if he would default, like, now he's like in a predicament, either he would just fall asleep or he'd want to switch. So I switched out into my Tangela, predicting him to this to take a Drain Punch, or predicting him to maybe switch out. But +1 actually does decent amount to my Tangela. He actually decides to keep this Conkeldurr in for his Sleep Fodder. So now I switch back into my Chris Bosch, my Dino, my Rampardos, as he's just still sleeping like a little baby. So he's going to wake up first turn, hit with a Mach Punch. So I'm like, fuck, that's a +1 Mach Punch. It's going to clean up my Bosch. So I'm like, fuck, my Scarfer's gone. And there's a very big key on this NU team. So now going with the Puff, and I'm pretty much trying to fire off Lava Plumes just to get the burn. First one doesn't get the burn, so I'm like, fuck. Please get the burn. I run Lava Plume just because there's a really good chance of getting burned. Just like running Scald, I run Lava. There's better offensive moves to run. Run Lava Plume for the burn. Go for the Lava Plume and get the burn. It's good because Residuals, bad because of Guts. But at this point, I'd rather get Residuals because, you know, just I need that more right now. So I'm just going to let him finish me off with a Drain Punch. And now I'm thinking, what the fuck do I do to get rid of this thing? He's really scaring the shit out of me. So I decided to go and switch into my Tupac. He's going to make a switch into his Shelgon. And his Shelgon's so fucking bulky, but I go for a Shadow Ball because I have really low range of health. And after, like, Stealth Rocks and even after Toxic at the end of the turn, I knew he was definitely going to die. So he brings out his Kadabra, and now I switch out, and he predicts to switch again and sets up another freaking substitute. I'm like, fuck. What am I going to do about this freaking Alakazam? So he goes for the HP Fighting. I know it's not going to do that much damage, so I just go for the Seismic Toss to break the substitute. I really have nothing that good to take on this freaking Alakazam, this Kadabra. Really pissing me off. So I know I can take another hit, and he's actually going to switch out here. I just go for a Seismic Toss again, thinking I might be able to live one with like 5 HP. But I go for the Seismic Toss, and this is going to bring his freaking Conkeldurr really low. Well, not really low, but in a range where I'm really liking, especially after burn. So I know he's probably going to go for Drain Punch or Payback, but he actually goes for Payback, and predicting my Drifloon to come in, but I actually don't bring him in. So after that, he's going to be really low in HP. I'm going to hit him with a Sludge Bomb, finally take out his Conkeldurr. So he's down to his last, which is his Kadabra, and he hits me with a Psychic. And people say Tangela doesn't have any special defensive investment, but yeah, my Tangela can take a fucking Psychic from a Kadabra, and I'm going to finish him off with his Sludge Bomb. So that was a really good game. Thank you for watching this. If you liked what you saw, please go to my channel, subscribe to me, like this video. Hopefully you guys will see me again, so peace out, bros.